In each one of the rings.
It sounds like a good idea.
So,
I like yours better, so we're keeping yours.
Yeah, you can have ours. No.
so who's going to stand beside Alan then? Ed's going to stand, so Ed should have Tim's ring.
Which is which ones?
It's the big one, so that's
That's mine. Yeah.
It's Tim's.
Okay.
Grab it. Grab it, grab it.
And Andre should have Alan's ring. And we'll come to a part in the ceremony where I'll just ask you to hold them out so they're just visible on your hand so I can talk about them a little bit and then we'll deal with them. Okay.
Laurie, can we get them a little closer
Oh, we
together?
don't, I can widen that a little bit.
Well, for me as well.
Okay, for you as well?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I guess
just good to have.
Guess I imagine you're staying close enough to pretend like
That's it. You're tender friends.
If you even just turn just slightly that way, and if
Yeah.
Ed just there, Richard, that way, I think you can get a little closer. There we go. How's
And
that?
I'm going to get one picture now, Laurie, if I
Sure.
may.
You may. A
Good.
before and after picture and see if there's any change.
A little bit less hair.
I don't want to talk about less hair.
I'm going with full set.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Absolutely, sure.
Andre and Ed and George, we have come together here this afternoon to witness the joining in the state of matrimony of Tim and Alan. According to the order and the custom prevailing, and under the authority that has been given and provided by the government of the province of British Columbia. A marriage, as we understand it, is a state that has been ennobled and enriched by a long and an honorable tradition of devotion. It is set in the basis of the law of our land, affording each of the two participants an equality before that law and supporting the common rights of each of the two individuals in this marriage. Tim and Alan, you have a desire for a lifelong companionship, with the generous sharing of the help and the comfort that a married couple ought to have from one another, through whatever circumstance of joy or sorrow, sickness or health, adversity or prosperity that your lives may experience. Marriage is therefore not to be entered upon thoughtlessly or irresponsibly, but instead with a due and a serious understanding, an appreciation of the ends for which it was begun, and of the material, the intellectual, and the emotional factors that will contribute to its fulfillment. A marriage, by its very nature, is a state of giving, of offering, for a marriage requires the giving of oneself in order to support the marriage and the home in which it may flourish. It is into this high and serious estate that you wish to join today. Therefore, I charge and require of both of you that if either of you knows of any legal reason why this marriage should not take place today, that you would declare your reasons at this time. In that case, Tim, if you would please repeat after me. I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why Tim Robert Webb
why Tim Robert Webb
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Alan Robert Crosby.
to Alan Robert Crosby.
And Alan, repeating after me, I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Alan Robert Crosby,
why I, Alan Robert Crosby,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Tim Robert Webb.
to Tim Robert Webb.
Each of you has arrived here at this splendid moment along two separate paths on which you each began your journeys on the days that you were born. Who you are today as you come to marry one another is the sum and total of every event of significance that occurred in your lives as you journeyed here, and every person who touched your life in a special and an intimate way. From today onwards, those two paths on which you have been journeying are going to carry on into the future side by side. And you will share your dreams and your goals, your joys, I hope many joys, some sorrows, I hope not too many sorrows. You'll share your lives with one another. Alan, do you promise to give to Tim the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding? Do you promise to share equally with him of the necessities of life? Do you promise to respect the dignity of his person with his own personal rights? And finally, do you promise to recognize the need for open communication on all matters that pertain either to the present or to the future of the marriage that you are creating today with Tim?
I do.
And Tim, do you promise to give to Alan the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding? Do you promise to share equally with him of the necessities of life? Do you promise to respect the dignity of his person with his own personal rights? And finally, do you promise to recognize the need for open communication on all matters that pertain either to the present or to the future of the marriage that you are creating today with Alan?
I do.
You turn now and face each other directly, and I need you to join your right hands together. Although you are going to be repeating these words after me, please do look at and speak to each other, as your marriage vows are words that should be spoken eye to eye, and more importantly, heart to heart. Tim, I would ask if you would please begin repeating after me. I call on those present
I call on those present
to witness that I, Tim Webb,
to witness that I, Tim Webb,
do take you, Alan Crosby,
do take you, Alan Crosby,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
to love and to cherish in sickness and in health.
to cherish,
To love
I'm sorry,
and to
I'm,
cherish. It's okay, to love and to cherish.
his giggles are infectious, that's why I'm marrying him. Okay, let's start over that last line.
Okay,
Let's give him a second.
give him a moment. To love and to cherish,
To love and to cherish,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
forsaking all others,
forsaking all others,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
And Alan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Repeating after me then, dear. I call on those present
I call on those present
to witness that I, Alan Crosby,
to witness that I, Alan Crosby,
do take you, Tim Webb,
do take you, Tim Webb,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
forsaking all others,
forsaking all others,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.